It always starts the same way. The light goes flat, the first drops tap against the window, and the street dissolves into a soft hiss. And somewhere in that sound, your chest pulls backward. You find yourself in a kitchen you haven't stood in for years, or replaying a car ride with someone who isn't around anymore. You turn off the overhead lights, reach for a blanket, and settle into a specific kind of quiet. We have long accepted a simple explanation for this. Gloomy weather makes for a gloomy mood. If the sky is gray, the mind follows. End of discussion. This cultural assumption frames nostalgia as a weakness, a refusal to face the present, or a sign of an emotional slump. We treat the pull toward the past as a symptom of a mind that cannot handle the now. This heavy feeling is a sophisticated feature of the brain, misread for a lifetime as a simple malfunction. Psychologists recently began investigating what actually happens in the gap between the gray sky and that internal ache. Their findings suggest the mind is reaching for a tool. When the environment shifts, the brain selects an internal archive to manage the change. This rainy day response is a highly coordinated psychological rescue system designed to protect and stabilize your mood when the outside world turns bleak. The trigger is a subtle signal of distress. Your nervous system logs shifting atmospheric pressure and lowering temperatures as a sign that conditions are no longer ideal. In one study, researchers played participants the sounds of wind, thunder, and rain. Without any visual cues, these participants reported feeling significantly more nostalgic than those who heard plain background noise. The sound of the storm alone cracked open the door to the past. This graph from a 10-day study shows the pattern holds in real life. As the weather grew more adverse, nostalgia climbed alongside it. The harder the day pressed on people, the more their minds searched backward for something warm. A secondary experiment showed that when people were blocked from getting nostalgic during bad weather, their mood plummeted. Without the ability to reach for the past, the distress of the gray day hit much harder. Nostalgia acts as an essential psychological buffer. It cushions the blow of environmental bleakness, serving as a functional defense rather than a decorative mood. The most effective trigger for this entire system is petrichor, the earthy scent of rain hitting dry ground. This biological response comes from how our brains are wired. Most senses take a scenic route, processed at multiple stops. Smell ignores this cue. Olfactory data wires directly into areas handling emotion and memory. When rain scent hits, it detonates an immediate psychological response. Because of this neural shortcut, the scent of rain forces you to temporarily inhabit the past. Suddenly, you aren't just looking at a memory, you are standing back in it. Environmental chemistry also plays a crucial role. Gray skies reduce the sunlight hitting your eyes, causing your brain to dial down the production of serotonin. As this bright chemical dip occurs, your focus naturally turns inward. Meanwhile, the rain creates a perfect acoustic chamber. It provides a steady white noise that masks the sharp, jarring sounds of the modern world. This masking effect allows your brain's threat scanning mechanism to settle. When your attention is no longer monitoring the room for interruptions, it falls onto your own thoughts and history. The drop in serotonin and the hush of the rain work together. The weather lowers the volume of the outside world, allowing the inside one to be heard. There is one final psychological layer. Bad weather cancels the invisible pressure to be productive or social. This environment creates a pocket of permission. Staying inside transforms from a choice of hiding into an acceptable retreat, giving you the space to reflect without guilt. Distress, scent, chemistry, and permission form a perfectly coordinated machine. Together, they create the specific machinery of rainy day melancholy. While the weather activates the system, the specific memory it retrieves is a unique fingerprint. The rain only presses the button. The playback is entirely yours. Two people can watch the same storm from the same window, but one is 9 years old at a screen door, while the other is back in a hospital waiting room. The weather is identical, but the internal museum is different for everyone. This validates the personal rituals we build, the specific blankets, the warm drinks, the certain playlists. These behaviors are a conscious effort to assist your brain's evolutionary comfort system. Your rainy day routine is a private ceremony. It is the instinctual wisdom of meeting an environmental ache with personal warmth. The long-term effects of this process are profound. These weather-triggered waves of nostalgia are linked to higher self-esteem, increased optimism, and a stronger sense of social connection. Most importantly, nostalgia stitches your timeline together. It bridges the gap between your younger self and the person you are now, creating a sense of continuity. So when the rain begins, resist the urge to reach for a distraction or drown out the quiet. Sit with the specific memory your brain selected. It chose that moment because it represents the specific warmth you need to counter the cold outside. The ache provides the entrance to an internal shelter. This response is your brain proving that you remain a continuous, unbroken person, looked after by the depth of your own history.